Education is a multifaceted process that can be approached from various philosophical perspectives. Each philosophy emphasizes different aspects of learning and development, shaping the way educators design and implement curricula. This video explores 5 distinct educational philosophies: education for intellectual development, education for behavioral change, education for practical problem solving, education for self-actualization, and education for major social change. By examining these approaches, we can gain a deeper understanding of the diverse methods and goals that drive educational practices. Education for intellectual development. Liberal educators adhere to a predetermined and logically organized curriculum. They do not allow learners' preferences or feelings to arise because they fear that such instances may compromise the teaching plan. The planned content directs the process. If something needs to make the process more interesting or appealing to the learner, it can only be the teacher's expertise and profound knowledge. Education for behavioral change. Expected results are clear, structured, and possible to meet with enough practice, repetition, and adequate feedback from the teacher. The learner's feelings may be manipulated for the purpose of meeting the instructional objectives. Learners' primary responsibility is to move from their current knowledge towards what the teacher thinks they should know. A slogan that summarizes this philosophy is, "If one can do it, another can do it too. If they cannot do it, they must keep trying harder. If they still fail, then perhaps they cannot do it." Progressive educators are not only concerned with developing individual capacities, but also with matching them with real-life contexts in which societal ideals such as democratic values, social responsibility, and lifelong learning activities are promoted. The development of context-sensitive problem-solving skills requires an extensive accumulation of problem-solving experiences that can be assessed before and enhanced during the learning process. Previous and ongoing experiences are utilized in learning activity design. In this way, the learner's goals and interests become integrated into the curricula. The curriculum is irrelevant in education for self-actualization philosophy. It should not be predetermined but may take form as the learning process continues over a period. There are no norms against which progress is to be evaluated. The learner's self-assessment is the only relevant indicator of development. As learning is not rigidly structured, even if the learner fails to meet a personal objective, the process cannot be deemed unsuccessful as the learner may have learned something else. The values of group experiences, interaction, openness, and authenticity are prioritized in this personal philosophy. Education for major social change philosophy requires that the teacher empowers, coordinates, and suggests, rather than directs learning based solely on personal conclusions. The teacher's actions need to make the learner self-examine and reflect on social variables. If the learner fails to recognize new truths, it is probably because the learner was not able to attach the considered issues to the same level of personal and social priorities as the teacher. In conclusion, the 5 educational philosophies discussed, intellectual development, behavioral change, practical problem solving, self-actualization, and major social change, highlight the diverse ways in which education can be structured and delivered. Each philosophy offers unique insights into the goals and methods of teaching, reflecting different priorities and values. Understanding these philosophies allows educators to choose and adapt their approaches to best meet the needs of their learners, ultimately fostering a more effective and meaningful educational experience.